Well, I am standing on my dam and the water is cascading over it. I don't think I have ever been down here. Probably we made this pond 30 years ago. And I don't think I have ever, I know it's come over the dam before, but I don't think I have ever been down here to see it. And I don't think it's ever come over in this many areas. I mean, it's coming over here, it's coming over right there. Of course, running around the spillway, you can see it coming around the spillway there. We got, my gauge is showing 2 3/4 inches of rain in about 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. Just over, I mean, just this starting this morning. And man, it has filled this pond up. The pond was already, you know, fairly full, but the creek was not running. The creek over there was not running. So it had subsided enough to where it wasn't running through my pipe over there, and wasn't running across around the spillway. So it had dropped from where it is right now, that water line, probably a foot, maybe a foot and a half, and yeah, maybe a foot and a half or 2 feet. And but now it is backed up, way back up in there. I got some ducks way back up in there. I don't know how much you can see with the sun glaring in. I'm kind of looking into the reflection of the sun in the pond. But anyway, again, my house is up on a hill, so we're never in jeopardy of the house flooding, or at least I say never. Don't ever say never. I've had to eat never so many times. Anyway, it is unlikely we're ever going to have the house flood. But boy, this gets it. I mean, down here. But this is the low place, actually, right down here, or past the bridge there, and up closer to the road where this creek exits my property at the highway up there. That is the low place for, gosh, probably 200 acres, the surrounding 200 acres of mine. So it's, you know, we get all the water because water runs downhill. Other things run downhill too, but water for sure runs downhill. Anyway, I'm not sure I really want to walk across that. I don't think it's strong enough to sweep my feet out from under me, but I don't want to get my camera wet just in case. But anyway, as you can see over there, if I can zoom in a little bit, coming around that spillway, and so we're gonna have water. That creek there is natural. I mean, it doesn't run all the time. It only runs when the spillway is overflowing. But it is, it's where it's supposed to run. It's how I've got it channeled. This is not supposed to be happening. So, but running across the dam, first time I've seen that in a long. First time I've ever seen it, been down here and watched it. I've watched it from the house, or I've seen evidence of it having overnight come up and run over. I've seen the grass kind of laying over like it did, but I don't think I've ever come down here and actually stood in the middle of it. And I thought I wanted to share that with y'all. I know it's a little noisy from all the water, but I can't help that. God did this. Man, it's wet. I looked at my garden. The garden looks good. All my tubs are full, as you can imagine. And at the overflow tubes, the overflow points, which is what the overflow is supposed to be doing. So everything's working like it's supposed to be doing. None of the tubs floated away. None of the grow bags floated away. None of the earth boxes floated away. So we're good on that. But boy, it's wet everywhere else. I would take you up to the front of the property, but and I'm just wading in water here. But it's okay. It's exiting under the road. I've shown you before how that how it used to dam up there at the front of the property, and pretty much got that fixed. We can walk down here let me just walk down here to the bridge, and I'll show you that real quick. So we're down here at the bridge, and it's running under the bridge like it's supposed to. Just looking at it, doesn't look like it's come up that high. The grass is not laid down, so that's probably as high as it's gotten. and which is high. Don't get me wrong. It's the bottom of that creek is probably 3 feet from that bridge, from the bottom of the bridge there. We probably got a 3-foot drop, so it's about 2 feet deep, if not 3 feet deep. Probably more like 3 feet deep. But the bridge is doing what it's supposed to do. It's holding. I came up. I've set the bridge in place, elevated 6 or 8 inches, 1 haydyke block on each corner to get the bridge up a little higher instead of just sitting it right on the bank. I'm glad I did that. If enough water came through here to catch that bridge, boy, it could. There's a possibility it could sweep it away. It wouldn't sweep it far because you got those trees there, but it could certainly sweep it off its intended place. So let's just something dove in as soon as I walked up. I hope it was a turtle, not a big old snake, but something splashed in the water right about there when I walked over, right about there. But this is this is what it's supposed to be doing. It comes down, makes a corner, and then goes down to the front of my property and exits under the road, which is right about there. I've shown you that before, but so I won't show you again. But it's wet. This is Easter Sunday morning. He is risen. He is risen indeed. And the sun rose this morning with a bang. But that's a good shot right there. Let me back off and get that. That is water running over my dam. Dam is there. Creek spillway is there. So it's running over the dam and the spillway at the same time. I'm telling you, that's a lot of water. All right, just thought you might want to see that. Hope you didn't get rained out, drowned out. Hope your garden didn't get drowned out. Mine looks good except for the corn. I'm a little concerned about the corn because the corn is planted in the ground and not in containers. So we'll have to see how that goes. I know a bunch of it survived, but I may have to replant some. Just not sure about that. I'll take you out in the garden in another video and show you everything, what's going on there. At another time and place, probably in just a couple of days. But for right now, we got it going on. Water is running over the dam, running around the spillway, running down the creek and under the bridge. And that's where we'll leave it. We're gone.